Well, first, I think there's a matter of just speed, uncertainty and speed. We have seen many changes in the context of the global energy transition that have accelerated in a very, very dynamic way. And that is obviously, as such, an important challenge. But when it comes to the specifics, we see three fundamental drivers that people look at with highest interest in terms of driving the transition. First of all, obviously decarbonization. The whole question, how do you get close to the 2 degrees Celsius scenario? How do you make that a company strategy? How do you make sure that you are not losing out in terms of competitive advantages by being aggressive on that side? That's the first area. The second area is the whole set of innovation issues around electrification combined with decentralization and digitalization. This creates a whole new space for opportunities, be that on e-mobility front, on a digitalization blockchain type of front, on a rural access innovation front. So there's a lot of new business models that span the whole spectrum of energy innovation. And the third area is new risks resilience. So the cyber, extreme weather or energy water nexus type of risk and how you cope with those. So those three are really the major keep me awake at night issues for energy leaders. Well, first of all, I think when we measure the agendas with the 1,300 leaders in 100 countries and compare it to the results with the sustainable energy transition leaders, it's astounding to see that they have a very similar agenda. Over 90% of what we measure as the agenda, you have great overlap. But then there are a few significant differences. The innovators are not much interested in commodity price volatility, which is obviously explained through their much even greater focus on renewables. On the other hand, the innovators are even more focused on things like digitalization. So the trust in digitalization to be key part of the delivery into the new energy system is even greater with innovators. Among the issues that are similar, we see both the innovators and the incumbents look at blockchain as the number one keep me awake at night issue on the horizon, and as renewables as the number one action area. Well, Europe, in terms of its infrastructure already, has a very mature infrastructure. That doesn't mean there is not a lot of work needed, but in terms of the maturity of the infrastructure, it has a good starting position. Now, in terms of the whole technology startup segment, there are areas where China is very aggressive. The whole renewable learning curve acceleration comes really from China. When you look at the digital, we have very good examples in Europe, but obviously the West Coast in the United States, in North America, you see a lot of innovation there as well. So this is an open competition and all the regions will do their best to be at the forefront of innovation. Well, first it has to be said that the world is watching Germany. Germany has really taken a role in multiple ways. It has played a role as the party who has really helped accelerate the learning curve for renewables. Help accelerate, perhaps not to its own greatest interest, because a lot of the companies that deliver the renewable technologies are in China or certainly not in Germany. And that may be seen in different perspectives. We at the World Energy Council have a very clear view on that. Without open markets that have exactly allowed this type of learning curve acceleration, we do not see the innovation we need to get close to the 2 degrees Celsius world. And that is obviously a masterpiece where Germany has paid a big contribution to, and we should be grateful. I think with that alone, Germany has in the per capita investment also with the 80 plus gigawatts of wind and solar installed capacity, a massive renewable leap, has done a massive renewable leap, and now the system has obviously to come the regulation side, the whole storage side. The system has to come to a place where even greater growth in the renewables has to be fully absorbed. And there again, the world is looking at the examples. How is Germany going to solve that? We see a few other countries who are doing it in a, if you look at California as an example, obviously China, some niches of China, some parts of India are very aggressive, but Germany will serve as an example to the world, and therefore success in Germany is critical for success in the world.